Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for yet another episode of TS irae. So we are going to continue because last time we had finale, and yeah, it's been pretty crazy, and we'll see how it will develop. Probably something like Masada shenanigans, like weird things, and like, oh god. Anyway, I have to remember that whatever is like with starts with the big letters important. If something starts with lowercase, it's not that important. I need to remember that. Also, if you still didn't suggest anything for the new series on the channel after this era, then you can let me know in the comments. Because we are approaching probably end of this era, most likely, right? Then yeah, I will probably do some new tournament like I did for like recently, basically. Or maybe I will just choose something by myself, because I feel like maybe I will actually choose something by myself this time without vote pools. Maybe to like specifically aim what I want to read. But I'm not sure. Last time when I like specifically chosen what I wanted to play, no one watched that. So, I don't know. I will see. Anyway, leave your suggestions down below in the comments and we'll continue. Yeah, let's go. Wish me your Radiance Dance. Yep, let's do it. The impregnable gold was absolute. They would not acknowledge another monster. And with that, the coda of the divine comedy began. Okay. Non-SS Panzer Division Hohenstaufen. This is like real thing, right? Panzer Division SS or something. The thoughts of the Imperial Bastard reverberated across the demonic castle walls. Isaac summoned the whole military force of Hell to expunge the foreign body from his system. Oh, we're fighting Isaac as well. Oh, I didn't thought about this. Oh, right. Isaac don't like what we are doing. True. Oh, 9. Oh, this is 9. 9. Oh, or whatever the pronunciation for this is. The 9th SS Panzer Grenadier Division, a squad consisting solely of pure-blooded Germans who had sworn to eradicate all those of an inferior race. It had all been a part of the gold melted into its chaos. 100 turrets manifested on the wall behind the throne, pointing their sights on Ren. Without giving their prey a moment response, they opened fire with lightning and steel. The three companions leapt forward using the bombardment as their cue. The mortal clash under the canopy of flames and debris was the true embodiment of Totentanz. Eleanor let her flames run wild, caring not who they consumed. Machina flailed his fist around, unconcerned who they destroyed. As for Schreiber, he had never known the concept of allies to begin with. I have a question. If Machina get into his third degree and hit the floor, can this destroy, like, Isaac or Castle? I mean, we saw him hitting, like, floor and stuff, like, multiple times before, when, like, in previous road. Basically when he was fighting Ren, but, you know, just like... It just, like, came into my mind. Isn't he supposed to, like, destroy anything? And the castle itself is the craving and also, like, extension of Isaac's body, per se. So he should destroy him by hitting the ground. I found the plot hole. Masada, I found the plot hole. Haha. The fist passed right next to Eleanor's cheek, chafing her skin. The resulting infrared consumed both Ren and Schreiber in its flames. Yeah, Schreiber gibberish. The scurrying beast gnawed a chunk of flesh from Machina's side. Oh! All the while maintaining its inhuman speed. 8. SS Cavalry Division Florengeyer. Okay. Isaac kept adding more steel to the deathmatch. It was a veritable sight from hell, a pantheon of strife. Screams of bloodlust and valor merged with explosions in one colossal cacophony, a true chorus of the battlefield. Not even the greatest of the orchestrals could have played a more poignant tune of life and death. And in the center of it all, an interminable netherworld howled in bloody tears. Okay? His voice would not reach anyone, his thoughts would not flow, his mind had been monochrome of omnipresent wrath. Wrath detected of himself, at himself, most of all, directed. His impotence for being unable to save a single soul, his ineptitude for being unable to tear down the wall blocking his path, despite that being the sole thing he was capable of. How are you? Who am I? Who are you? Who am I? What are you howling for? The dead were a bear trap, only good at getting its one's way. Then what do I do? What should I do? Pick 1,000 roses and find the key of release. Tear your legs off and crawl forward. Proceed down and rot in stagnation. No, he would not do any of that. He obsessed over preserving anyone precisely because he wished to avoid choice of this nature. He wished to expand that ataraxic moment into eternity. Yeah? Broken things would not mend themselves. Days gone by would never return. Ah, such a ridiculous craving. What point was there in stopping time once everything had already been lost? Forgive me, Kasumi. Forgive me, Shiro. I will never hear your voice again. I will never have a chance to fight with you again. Yep, most likely. I can only measure you through my ego. Do you wish to come back? Rest in peace, kill me? I want to kill myself most of all. I want to go where you guys are. Sakura once told me. But death will be the happiest outcome for me. Wow, holy shit. I mean, it's like stagnation then, right? Like he craved, so yeah, I guess like there's something in what she said, but holy shit, it's dark. Also, I didn't remember that. But if I could allow my ego another word, just let me say one thing. No matter what, I can't let you melt into this dreadful castle. The craving of interminable netherworld grew in power with Underhole. Flames, steels and storms alike, everything frozen time. And? Okay. So he got stronger, right? So he actually managed to stop everyone this time? Though only little by little, the eternal standstill was indeed consuming the 3 battalion commanders. Schreiber, though, the nature of his craving, still rebelled against its ruthless law, but Makina and Eleanor both began showing hints of slowing down. Okay? For the depth of their craving, could simply not compare to Ren's, completely negating the phenomenon of eternal standstill proved impossible, and even brief contact with it put the 3 Einherjars at considerable disadvantage. To make matters worse, with only 5 swastikas open, none of them fought at their full capacity. Yeah, that's also something you mentioned in the comments in the previous episode. I forgot about this. That's true. Like, when Ren fought with Makina in the Mario Road, they had everything open. That was Makina at full power. That's why he could, like, catch up with Ren 30 degree and stuff. This is, like, totally different. I missed that, actually. That we have only 5. Because it's like an end game, so I just, like, my brain just assumed it's, you know, like, yeah, 8 is open. As such, the scales of the battle tipped over so slightly in Ren's favor. And that marked the beginning of the end. Oh, I like that transition from colors to like bleak colors here. Eleanor was the first to stop. Unlike Schreiber and Machina, her craving did not excel in any particular principle. Being highly adaptable was one of its strong points, yet it also made it easier for superior creation pigments to overwhelm her. Still, it was ridiculous to suppose that were any that could possibly accomplish such a feat in the presence of the mighty Crimson Knightness. Damn. Ren is not fucking around. Yet indeed, there was one such being, a gale of crystallized death, shot at the frozen runner's neck. And there's Machina, okay. Machina, who jumped into the fray, thwarting Ren's advance, was not trying to save his comrade. He merely knew that one lets the guard down with down the most in the moment before they try to go for the finishing blow. Yeah, that's usually the case. The arm is shattered, free of the blades. Oh, yeah. And with that, Eleanor escaped with her life. Her neck had been 1/3 severed, but she still lived. Yeah, I mean, she's in the castle, so injury like this is not injury at all. She will live, and she will heal probably instantly. Like, but I'm like concerned about Machina. Like, Machina is being dumped here, kinda, you know? Like, they clearly want to kill Ren. Like, they said like, yeah, let's go all out. Yet Machina didn't go into his Deus Ex Machina mode, into his third degree. He's still just like punching with his like normal craving, like his Agner Bear, like, basically. Why not use your third degree? Like, this hit should like, you hit 3 blades that Ren had. That would destroy him, basically, if you were in your third degree. Machina, come on. You're smarter than that. But unless Machina... Oh. What if Machina is unable to go into third degree, actually, with only 5 points open? What if he needs like 7 or 6 because of how powerful it is? That was never like a rule, I would say, that you need to have... Like, they can manifest at 5, but there was never a rule that said like you cannot use your third degree if like there's like not enough of them. But maybe that's the case. Now I think about this. Because Machina third degree is basically like totally busted. So he needs like at least 7, I would say, to like fully unleash his potential. At least like not fully unleash potential, but like unleash his third degree. Maybe that's why he's not using it. Huh. Also, Eleanor is not using hers as well. Only Schreiber is using his. That's interesting. I mean, Schreiber is broken basically, so he's just like using it whatever, probably. But yeah, Eleanor as well did not trap them inside the barrel or anything. I guess like she's considered about like Machina destroying her like gun barrel from inside out. Huh. Yeah, I have some questions about this fight. A pair of eyes, like seething embers fixed on Machina, the somber knight only managed to shatter 3 blades. By the time he got to the last one, he too froze in time like Eleanor. Okay. A swing ready to instantly decapitate, Ren paid no heed to Schreiber as the piece lashed onto his neck, and proceeded with a little attack. In that moment... Okay. Again that thing. This is like Mercurius doing like weird shenanigans, right? Something reached his ears. Whatever you say. Multiple faces of truth filled his mind. Yeah, this is literally Umineko. We just had like truth. We just had the red truth. Come on. He could neither ignore nor seal it in his subconsciousness. Fuck it is. Just as Machina fate was about to be sealed, Ren jumped back. Why? What did Mercurius say? Or was it not Mercurius? It was Mercurius, come on. Also, what kind of language was that? Because that was like... It wasn't like dotted, like Masada is doing with names. It was just like total like gibberish thing. He was not hurt. He did not reach his limits. It was neither an act of mercy, nor he did suddenly regain his senses. His devilish sixth sense merely made him realize a terrifying truth.
どうしたね縁も竹縄というところだろう
Reinhard Heydrich looked down upon the young man from his throne. Rein could not feel even a semblance of bloodlust in that composed countenance of his, adorned only by the elegant smile. And that in itself was the most abnormal thing of all. Yup. A demonic festival of blood and valor had been enacted, its density unparalleled, its scale extreme. All those present boasted powers equaling that of demigods, their holes and bloodlust merged into a vortex that shook the very foundations of heaven and earth alike. So what was the meaning of this? To Reinhard, this violent storm felt hardly more significant than a summer breeze, or, if it borrow his analogies, a tuning of an instrument before the actual performance. The gold remained far beyond the clouds and heights unscratched. Reinhard's body trembled. Maki and Eleanor, released from the prison of time, launched away, and even Schreiber seems to take his distance from the two netherworlds. Okay. Reinhard Langley surveyed the room. The hell? Did Mercurius just said something to him? He stood up, sending devastating tremors through the megalocosmos. Okay. Oh my god, we're back to Reinhard. Oh god. Okay, how do we do this? I mean, Ren is pretty fucking monster now, but he had troubles with commanders. And they are at like, not even like... I mean, he didn't have troubles, but he barely could stop them. And now we have Reinhard. Come on. Like, this is whole other level. And the commanders were on like fifth like point open. Like, what? As badass as Ren looks and like acts, he's not as powerful as he used to be in Mario Road. He extended his right arm, as if aiming to shoot, Eleanor, realizing what he was up to in a split second, froze in a terrible way. He was about to shake the very foundations of the universe. He would form the weapon of the gods. Yep. Okay. All the souls of the castle swirled like a vortex as the golden light converged to summon the physical form of the Weltball, yeah. The ultimate Agnerbear, one dwarfing empower all others. The legendary instrument of carnage that qualified divine blood and the benevolent god of life. Can this lance destroy Mercurius? I don't think so. Absorbing an infinite mass, the Holy Lance had formed. As divinity and sheer condensed power existed on the whole other level from anything else that existed within the mortal realm. An average man would melt and evaporate by merely having it pointed in his direction, and even the demons of the obsidian table had trouble sustaining their consciousness while in his vicinity. Unless you are Trif and try to shoot it, then it's just like normal spear that never misses. Unless it's dodge commander. Waves of annihilating rage swept across the landscape like a hurricane, yet, in contrast to that, The voice of gold drifted in the calm and gentle tone.
これを止められる力量があるかなしか。実に興味が尽きぬよ。
Not really, not in his current state. I don't think, yeah, even in Mario Road, he could not stop this. Like, he was like emanating, and he couldn't stop this anyway. He couldn't stop Reinhardt at all, and he was way more powerful in Mario Road. So, yeah, that's not going to happen.
では、いざ参ろうか。
It was but the single thrust for the beguiling light millions of war-ravaged souls hold, arching for the release of the unite power. Not being alive could survive contact with the weapon, and no way in hell could it be stopped by something as meager as time. Still, in that moment, Ren what? Saw something behind Reinhardt's back. Okay.
見事よくぞ槍を抜かせた。
Hi Mercurius, talking to my mind again. Also, I hate this like background effect. This hurts my eyes. God fucking damn it. What was that supposed to mean?
これより流出の兆しが生まれる。
Okay. And so what?
さあ、私の写しみとして意義を果たせ。
Okay. So, because we are like in immediate threat of being pierced by a Reinhardt lance, however this sounds, we managed to like, I don't know, like power up into emanate state. So, let me get this straight. In order to stop Reinhardt Yetzirach, we need 4th degree. This just tells you how big of the monster Reinhardt is. Who was I? Yeah, Ren don't know this in this road, right? Puzzlement, confusion, frenzy, irritation, terror, sorrow, rage. And something! Come on! What is this? What is this gibberish? He was basically saying that... What? Oh my god, okay. This is new level of Masada. Masada stopped blanking names. It just like starts writing gibberish. Asked for help and so he answered. That was all. Is that me? Is this Ren? Like Ren asked for help and he answered? Like Mercurius answered? Because Mercurius did help him like achieve this form, right? Like he was like starting doing like orchestral playing and like just powered up. Okay. Transcendent madness. Golden light. Impending destruction. Ow, my eyes. Okay, there's the old Ren. A vague memory in the back of the head. Oh! Oh shit! Save? Truth about my being. Mercurial shadow? Wait, isn't this the choice that you told me that is like determining the ending or something? 1 second. Because I know like I'm supposed to get like one of the ending first and then the other. Okay, before I look into anything, let me think for a second like what I would do. Mercurial Shadow feels like we are getting, you know, we are being a tool for Mercurius, basically. I feel like we agreed that we are just the Mercurial Shadow, right? We are his Agner Bear, like he said. But we had this flashback. So this is the truth about my being. So basically, we can either choose to remember our past and know that we have human soul basically inside and we are still a person, in the form of like Mercurius created us, but we are still a person technically if you think about this. Or we can choose the Mercurial Shadow, which means that we discredit what we just saw and we just believe, yep, we are just a tool for Mercurius. Well, okay, let him use us as he plays. So if I would like choose like by myself, I would go with truth about my being because I don't want to be Mercurius puppet. So I would go with this. So let me check what the like you guys said I should do. I didn't have the choice to rescue Reahimura, I think. Oh. Truth about my being is the choice. Oh. Okay. Well, it didn't like collide with my with my ideals, so good. Let's go. Let's see. I realize what would happen if I recall it, and this should give me like the first ending, right, or something. I'm not sure, but something like that. What was this finale leading to? Therefore. Oh! Wow, he comes back to his mind, his eyes, and he remembers Rhea. I finally remembered. What had been the most important right now? I couldn't allow her life to fall prey to our vanity. Okay? For such was my nature, I could do nothing about it. There was but one thing I had to concentrate on right now, and now was precisely my greatest chance. So, Reinhardt condensed all of his greatest souls into summoning the Holy Lance. In other words, everything else within the castle had grown shallow. Gladsheim, once whirling with millions of seething souls, felt almost translucent now. I could see down to its very depths. This wouldn't have happened under normal circumstances. One or two trusts wouldn't have made Reinhardt Heydrich's word waver. But only 5 swastikas were open at the present. Furthermore, his Imperial Guard, the Battalion of 3, had been summoned in their full strength. If that alone wasn't enough, Isaac himself participated in the battle as well. Yep. In other words, most of the castle military strength was currently centered in the throne room. And that was why I caught a glimpse of her. I could feel the presence of Reahimura, still imprisoned within the depths of his hell, surrounded by the death of all angels. Okay, so he can like see her soul basically, right? I mean, Rhea is not dead, right? She's like probably unconscious somewhere and the soul just like got sucked out. Because she's not technically dead, we never saw her dying, right? Similar to like what happened to Tripa, his real body was here. I now knew her precise location. I dodged out of the Holy Lance path and plunged into the sea of the dead. That was no easy feat either, but I had my rewards engraved on my heart. Have a strong image of your word, believe in yourself, and as long as you remain stubbornly conscious of the vow in your heart, even hell will prove no hassle to topple. And so, Imura grew more and more distinct in my eyes. Oh, there she is. I could see her silhouette at the core of Gladsheim, wallowing in blood, overcome by despair. That's alright, don't make that face. Please don't think I would be better off with you dying. I'm glad to have met you, to have become friends with you. I had fun being with you. And so did you, right? And if that's so, be proud of that fact. Believe in the integrity of your own feeling. The bogus casualty they're filling your head with don't matter. No one had the right to rob people of freedom. She hadn't done anything. She had the right to live. Or rather, I couldn't bear it if she didn't. She was dear to me. I didn't want her to die. So come on, let's get out of here, of this hellhole together. I will save you, so please trust me. I know I am unreliable good for nothing, but please take my hand. I swear I'll never let go of it again. Fata Morgana flashbacks. And I won't let you pull me inside. So please stop obsessing over death. And in that moment, my hand finally reached her. Like, literally or metaphorically? Like, what just happened? Did he just like dashed through the floors? Or this is just like his soul reaching her, basically? I mean, I don't think like he can outrun the lance. So that's probably like a split-second thing. A deafening explosion shook the place. Ura ducked her head and curled up, while bound by the G's of jet plane. She could neither breathe nor open her eyes. What on earth happened? For the situation itself transcended her understanding. Ura could at least realize that she was in someone's arms. With nothing else to do, she clung onto whoever it was. He literally just like ran through the fucking like castle? What? Wait, did he just like outran the lance of Reinhardt? What? The body of her I mean, it's still like following him, right? The body of her savior seemed very firm and cold as ice, almost as if she had been rescued by the chunk of sentient steel. The whole thing felt beyond unreal to her. Is this how the bride of Devil felt? Whoever held her could not have been human. The creature grip was strong enough to demolish a building with no more effort than one crushes a bloody battle. Her entire being screamed that this savior of hers was no man, but a genuinely monster through and through. Yet she felt no fear. I mean, he had only sadness, yeah. I mean, he regained some sanity. It was the gentleness in the demon's touch, and a careful consideration for her fragile frame that made her feel like a bride. She could tell that it was trying to protect her, putting her above all else. There was no way she could not realize the truth. There was no way she could remain ignorant. The demon was only a figure of speech that intruded upon her vocabulary due to having spent the last few hours in hell. There was no way she would recognize her gentle savior. She had to say it. She had to force her voice out, open her blind eyes, and console the man of her dreams. She would shrink back from nothing and no one if it meant helping him. Yep, that's... Please God, don't take him away from... Let he alone be it. Yep. Her vision returned the moment the scream left her lips. Yep. Kinda looks like a demon, huh? Ah, it was indeed him, it was him. No matter how much he had changed, his appearance could never fool Rhea's eyes. He saved her, he rescued her. But what? This was too. Yeah, she can feel like how much like he like went through probably, right? What he thinks about the deaths of like Shiro Kasumi. What had happened to him? His dreadful appearance filled Rhea's chest with pain. A body dark as copper, eyes crimson with tears of blood, a blade ravaged by rust, broken beyond repair, which his heart had eroded, and now hung on its last thread. That was Rhea's fault. Yeah, he became like this for her. She couldn't do anything. She hoped to elevate his torment, but knew of no way to do so. Wouldn't it have been better if she had never existed after all? Was she really just a burden to the world? If she was too heavy, she could cast her. He should cast her aside. He ought to put her out of the misery with his own two hands. He didn't need to push himself that far, enduring all his pain for her sake. Above all else, she couldn't forgive herself. Irae is really like self-destructive. The fact she was actually enjoying the situation, wishing to extend it forever, was a testament to her own wretchedness. Wait, are we going to like upgrade our like emanation again, but with Rhea help now? I mean, she wants to extend like situation forever now. This is a foreshadowing. It was undeniably true that those shameless feelings currently dominated most of her being. She wanted him to look at her and be delusionate. How could she discard her naive dreams when he kept being so kind to her? Could he hear her voice? Could he see her face? A wicked woman like Rhea Himuro did not deserve Fuji in the slightest. I swear, Rhea, you are so self-destructive. God damn it. Yeah, and Ren is as well like self-destructive. Like, this is such a toxic. Rhea could name dozens of his flaws, yet in her eyes the young man sparkled in the enthralling brilliance of the seraph. To her, he was the most amazing guy on earth, which irrevocably led her to... Yeah, he said before, yeah, I'm dumb. That was pretty serious. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Knew it. But Rhea knew full well that the big-head idiot like him would never listen to a single word she had to say. Yep. He felt someone's presence behind them. Ryan's consciousness kept fading out and resurfacing. His mental faculties had been completely frozen, turning him into a beast that only obeyed instinct. As such, he smelled the whirlwind of bloodlust before anyone sentient could have. A maddening beast had been pursuing him from behind. Schreiber? Naturally did he not expect an easy escape, and he needed none of his conscious mind to realize that his instincts were enough. It must be Lance. I thought like Schreiber because he said beast. Also he's. But maybe like he mean like he as like Reinhardt as like his thrown Lance. I mean Reinhardt shot Lance. Like come on. It must follow you. It never misses. At this point, it would have been foolish to even question who the beast behind him was. There was but one being who could keep up with his speed. Okay, this is actually about Schreiber. Yep. The Einherjar of Albedo launched at him with a howl so fierce it seems to now adhere the sky itself. Schreiber, like before, moved at the pace, one step ahead of Ren. He would tear the chains of time and manifest the very concept of the fastest, without paying any heed to Finale or its laps. Only the gold could put a leash. Only the gold could put a leash on him. Dash and Beast hold his one exposed eye, seething with maddening rage. Yeah, but that also means that the Finale is weaker than the overtune that he had in the previous road. As such, Ren was at serious disadvantage. There was no worse opponent for him. No matter how much one stagnated time, they could not outrun the Ashen Knight, and would be forced to always remain one step behind him. And there was one more thing holding him back. Ren could not fight properly while holding Rai in his arms. Besides simply limiting his maneuverability, because his body could not possibly withstand his supersonic dash. That's a good point, yeah. I mean, she's safe now, so just leave her on ground. It's not like they're going to focus her. right? Sure, it will be dangerous because, well, like everything is going to collapse and stuff, and you will have to like keep an eye on her, but it's like still going to be better than just holding her, right? Unless you can actually stop time. Then it doesn't matter. Unconsciously, or perhaps due to a surviving snippet of his consciousness, he prioritized her safety above all else. His blades extended like wings, forming a shield to cover the girl from the bloodthirsty whirlwind. And from the perspective of the hunter, it made Ren open for an attack. Whatever you say. Schreiber finally caught up to them, snapping one of the blades off. Fresh blood erupted from the broken weapon, and Ren, now roped to the wing, lost his balance and had to slow down. What awaited him after that was the bloodbath. Okay. Oh, we just changed the perspective here. That's a new CG. Although both of them plunged down from the sky, Schreiber twisted his body around mid-flight, kicking off the air, who once again lunged at Ren. I had no idea what had been going on. Everything was moving too fast for her to make out. Not to mention Ren's blades blocked her vision. They still gently covered her, protecting her body from the whirlwind outside. She could tell Ren had been slowly wearing down. An impact, a deafening sound, the smell of blood, all those merged together, shoving Ren's heart in process. Why did he go to such length to protect her? How could he endure all that without letting out a single cry? Okay, he got actually hurt. Schreiber attacks would not cease. It was not like he could fly, yet he kept assaulting the two from every angle, kicking off the air like it was laden with invisible walls. Once again, where's the lance? I'm not giving up on Lance. Like, I don't understand why the Lance suddenly disappeared. I just don't get this. At the speed of the two were moving, each of Schreiber jumps would cause an explosion of friction, blasting Ren and Rhea back in the air, forbidding them from ever reaching solid ground. And there was another being that pursued them. Yeah, there's Isaac. I mean, Isaac is everywhere, basically. Okay. Oh, he actually uses the hand. Okay. A giant hand extended from the skeletal wall of the castle. He was the least likely to allow their escape. The spurs stiffened Rhea's shaking voice. This guy is crazy. Again, the change of CG. Are they just like rotating this CG? Is it the same CG? Meanwhile, the maddening beast hauled with the jubilant, ready to deliver the finishing blow to its prey. The resulting blast shattered the blades. The last blades that covered Rhea's fragile frame. Ren could neither advance nor retreat from this position. Oh, that's new! A giant hand assailed them from the skies of the demonic castle as the Ashen Knight, intending to devour all and everything, lunged at them from behind. That's a new. Oh, this is like a combination. Yeah, we had like Ren, the background, and Schreiber here. Okay. That's pretty nice. He doesn't look that crazy on the CG though, but he still looks kinda badass. Like he's running in the air. But just as death was about to descend upon the two. Okay. Both the modern beast and the bastard of the castle froze in response to the gold command. Okay. Okay. I think we must obey Reinhardt here and just back down a little bit with the episode. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll continue this fight in the next one. I don't know why Lance disappeared. This is my main concern, I think. My main issue. I had some issues with this fight before, but I explained this to myself with the amount of the things that were open. But the Lance, like, it should follow him, right? He can't just dodge it. Anyway, I will see like what Reinhardt is going to do next. So yeah, we're back to Reinhardt versus Ren, I guess. And Rhea survives, apparently, because of Reinhardt. So yeah, good. So yeah, he probably more likely protect Rhea here than Ren. Like, he's like, yeah, we need Rhea to like have like, to like fully emanate, you know, and stuff. Because he was like not aware, like, yeah, he knows that he needs Rhea basically, right? So yeah, he protected Rhea from being dead basically. So yeah, I think that's the case. But still, the Lance. Anyway, thank you everyone for being with me. Leave up a like if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, and become a member if you'd like to see episodes earlier and support me as well. Thank you once again for a Pocket Watch. It's going out.